This is a picture of my hair the day after I got my diva cut. I had never felt more unattractive. I had never felt more self-conscious about my hair than in this moment. Now, I set out to get my diva cut because I wanted to embrace my natural curls. I primarily wear my hair straight and I wanted to do something different. I wanted to see how my natural curls behaved unaltered. Could I really do wash and goes? Could my hair really be curly without me having to do a flexi rod set or a perm rod set? And could I really love the way I look and not find myself unattractive without wearing my hair straight? Those are questions that led me to getting a diva cut in the first place. And you're probably wondering, why does your hair look so terrible if you just got a diva cut? Well, it's because I had quite a bit of heat damage, which is, of course, in the front, which is what you see. The back of my hair was nice and curly, but the front, which is the most important part, was pretty straight from years of wearing my hair primarily straight and not really caring about my curl integrity because I had no interest in wearing my natural curls, so it didn't really matter that I had heat damage. My hair was healthy, but my curl pattern was basically non-existent in the front of my hair. So I bet you're wondering, well, why is your hair straight now? Don't worry, I still wear my hair curly. I go back and forth, and I do love my natural curls. I'm a twist out girly over a washing out girly, but that's a story for another video. My hair happens to be straight while I'm filming this video, but I hope you will receive what I have to say because I do embrace my natural curls as well as my straight hair. And you can do both despite what has been said. So if you're wondering why you hate your natural hair, I'm gonna tell you. And I can tell you because I've been there. I've gone through that phase of not liking the way I look. My hair was weird. It wasn't coming out how I wanted to come out. It didn't last me, all of those things. But what's most important is you can overcome your disdain or dislike for your natural hair. So many times when we get online, we see people who have beautiful curls, beautiful hair, it's long, it's healthy, their curl pattern is all uniform, their curls always behave no matter what. But all these people have something in common. They did the work to get to where they are now. None of these people, maybe some, because depending on how you grew up, perhaps your mom only allowed you to wear your hair curly. Maybe you didn't transition from being straight or from being a relaxed girly or from having heat damage. But a lot of these women transitioned from those phases and got to where they are because they put in the work. They decided, I'm going to make a change, and they stuck to it. You can make a change and stick to it. But the hardest part is overcoming those ugly days, overcoming those days where your hair looks like crap and you don't like it, overcoming those days where your hair just doesn't do what you want it to do. And that's the phase that all of us have to go through. When I first got my big chop, like I mentioned, I did not like the way I looked. I went from someone who knew my silk press was going to eat every single time. I knew my silk press was going to come out bomb. My hair is going to be amazing every single time. Going from that to a shorter length and having curls that were basically non-existent in the front of my hair. And it took some time for me to understand how to manipulate my curls in the front so that they at least look decent, even if they didn't blend in perfectly. But when I got my first diva cut, I was told to go 90 days without using heat in order to see some type of improvement in my hair texture. And because I had in my mind a goal, okay, 90 days of no heat if I want my curls to look good. And at that point, I wanted my curls to look good. I wanted my curls to look good more than I wanted straight hair, more than I wanted to absolutely be in love with my hair every single day. I still wanted to love my hair, but I knew I had to wait. I knew there was a time that was coming until I finally loved my hair again. But I had to endure the season of, my hair is looking a little weird. I don't really love it, but I'm gonna keep going because I wanna see the progress. I wanna make it through the other side. There's this girl that I followed on YouTube. I believe her name is Aisha, either Aisha Bo or Aisha Bo. And she has the most beautiful hair. It's so pretty, it's so thick, her twist outs, absolutely gorgeous. But she also started with a big chop where her hair was about this long. And the reason she got to where she is now with these long waist length locks, not locks, but hair locks, this long waist length hair is because she went through the phase of a teeny weeny afro to a medium sized afro year after year through the journey of embracing her natural curls. Had she started at a teeny weeny afro and just started damaging her hair and not enduring that season, she never would have got to where she is. But she has the most beautiful hair that a lot of people look up to and think, man, I wish my hair could be like that. But they aren't willing to put in the work. And when you're not willing to put in the work, you're never going to get to the place where you love your natural hair. You're never going to get to the place where your hair does exactly what you want it to do. When I was in high school and I flat ironed my hair for the very first time, it came out looking absolutely terrible. It was puffy, it had no kind of life to it. It looked terrible. And I'm in high school, so appearance is important, especially around that age. But I had no choice but to go to school, and I had to learn how to do my hair. I had just gotten a perm because I wanted a perm, and my mom was like, you're gonna have to do your hair now since you wanted a perm, so now you can take over, because she was doing my hair up until that point. And I had to learn to get my technique down. And after some time, I got my technique down. And that's when people started asking me, how do you do your hair? Can you do this? How do you do this? But I started with an ugly, an ugly flat iron. I started from the bottom. I practiced. And now I can basically do any style in my sleep because I put in the work. I've had the failed attempts. I've had the times my hair was wet when I still took it down and I had to walk out the door looking weird. I've had many of those times. But had I not put the work in to learn my hair, practice my technique, and be patient, I never would have got to where I am now, to where my hair is obedient, as people like to say. People like to call people's hair, your hair is so obedient. No, my hair listens because it's moisturized, it's healthy, because I have a regular routine with my hair. And your hair can be healthy, it can be moisturized, it can be long. There's this myth that Black women cannot grow long hair unless they're mixed with something or unless they have a certain type of hair pattern. There are women out here who has the kinkiest hair and it's so long, but it's not long on accident. Nothing comes by accident. If you want long hair that you love, you have to first put in the work to do so, because you won't get there thinking, okay, I tried this week and it didn't come out, so let me go back to my wigs. You have to have the mindset that this is going to work. No matter what you're doing with your hair, if you want to master a flexi rod set and you try it one time and it fails and you never pick it up again, you're never going to succeed. But if you try it one time, it fails, you try it a second time, it fails, the third time, the fourth time, the fifth time, each time you're learning, okay, what did I do differently this time? Why didn't this work? What should I try next time? And you incorporate these things until maybe by the 10th, 11th, 12th, 15th time, you would have mastered it. You would have gotten the most amazing flexi rod set. And now you've got one skill in your natural hair under your books. Now you can use that, you can build upon it. You can use that as your base style if you just need something for your hair to come out flawless every single time. But you'll never embrace your hair if you don't have the mindset that I'm going to make my natural hair work for me. It's easy to put on a wig. It's easy to go back to what's comfortable. It's easy to get braids because that's what you know. But if you truly desire to love your natural hair, you can. If you truly desire to embrace your curls, you can. You may not love the way you look every single day, and I'll be honest, it sucks. It sucks when you have to go out and you're not feeling confident because your hair looks kind of weird. But when you look back 6 months, a year later, 2 years later, you'll look back at pictures and what you thought was an okay flexi rod to now your flexi rod is better than anybody else's, better than you could have imagined. You'll think, wow, I almost gave up at day 1 because I failed, but you kept going. And now you love your hair. Your curls do what you want them to do. They're predictable because you learn them. Your hair is never going to be predictable if you take a step back from it and say, all right, I don't know what you're doing. You're just not working for me. If God gave you the hair that he gave you, it was a purpose behind it. There wasn't an accident. He didn't just think, I'm going to give Miss Sally this curls and she can figure it out maybe. No, God gave each one of us the curl pattern he did for a reason. He gave each one of us the hair color, the surface texture, all those things for a reason. I even mentioned how my daughter's hair is completely different from mine. It's high porosity, it's so much thicker, it's so much denser, but it's fine texture at the same time. It's so different from mine. And it took me some time to figure out her hair because I was trying to treat it like it was mine. But when I finally stopped treating her hair like it was mine and opened my eyes to understand, okay, her hair needs something different, that's when her hair started to grow. That's when it started to thrive. And that's why it's still growing today. That's why her hair can finally stay moisturized for a week or 2 weeks in the same hairstyle because I've learned, I put in the work, I put in the effort. I see so many parents who put their kids' hair in just this dry puff and leave it there for a week, 2 weeks, not moisturizing it. It's just dry. It's brittle. It's, the back is all ratty because it hasn't been moisturized, because they haven't taken the time to learn how to care for their daughter's hair, possibly because they haven't learned how to care for their own hair, so they don't know any better. But I said that to say, I started off from scratch when my daughter was born. When she finally started to get hair, she didn't have any hair for the first 2 years of her life. But I put in the work, I tried different products, I tried different techniques. And finally, I started to see results. Finally, I know, okay, this is what her hair needs. So you don't hate your natural hair because of your texture. You don't hate your natural hair because of the color or because you're not good at doing your hair. You hate your natural hair because you haven't put in the effort to learn it, to understand, to make yourself your own hair goals. There are so many people out here with beautiful curls. I'm not gonna lie. So many people that I see like, oh, their curls are so beautiful. I'm admiring them, but I'm also embracing my own hair at the same time. Because if you're constantly looking at other people thinking, oh, I wish my hair was like this, I wish my hair was like this, you're never gonna be happy with the hair that God gave you. And you can be happy with the hair that God gave you. Because if you couldn't, he wouldn't have gave it to you. So take the time to learn your hair. Put it in your mind, I'm going to go 6 months first. Make small goals. I'm going to go 30 days of only trying a twist out. I'm going to go 60 days. I'm going to go 90 days. I'm going to go 6 months. I'm going to go a year. Whatever your goal is your goal to have moisturized hair? Is your goal to have the longest hair you could possibly have? You have to start incorporating those habits and have it in your mind that this is going to work. You're going to do this. But if it's just today I'm going to experiment with the twist out and then, oh, it failed, so I'm back in my wigs tomorrow, you're always going to be stuck there. So if you want to go beyond my natural hair sucks and my natural hair doesn't listen to me and my natural hair is ugly and dry and it's this and it's that, stop speaking to it like that. Change your mindset to my natural hair is beautiful. I just need to learn what it needs, what it wants, and make it behave. And eventually, you'll be your own hair goals. You'll look in the mirror. You'll look back a year from now, 2 years from now, and think, wow, My natural hair is beautiful. I don't hate my natural hair. It was my mindset and how I viewed my natural hair all along. So do that. Embrace your curls. Set on a journey. Put it in your mind that you're going to make your natural hair work for you. You're not chasing anybody else's hair goals. You're not chasing anybody else's texture, but your texture is specifically for you and it can work for you. You can have long hair, whether you're 4A, 4B, 4F, 4Z. You can have the long, healthy hair that's manageable, that's not always tangled in a bun on top of your head. Just put in the effort, put in the time, and you'll see the change in your hair. And you'll see the change in yourself also. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.